guys, it's your girl, the Jackie Jackson, real estate coach and investor. And today is another amazing video that I'm going to be sharing with you guys regarding how to take advantage of purchasing really cheap, really inexpensive real estate that can literally generate you wealth overnight. Okay. So today, the background scene is my new home, so I'm a little bit more casual than I normally am, so please forgive me, but like everything is in boxes. What you see is basically what you get today, okay? So you may even hear a little bit of echo because my family was just moving in, and this is just what we're doing today. Anyway, I received a new price notification from the state of Alabama in the county of Montgomery. So the price notification comes after you submit your inquiry on the lands available list. So if you've been following me, you may be aware that the lands available list is a list of properties that are available for their delinquent taxes, okay? And the auction for these properties occurred in the past. So these are properties that went to auction. They're leftover properties. They did not sell for whatever reason. You know, some people think like they're junk properties or they're properties that are no good. But a lot of times the tax property sales go unattended. You know, there's just not enough investors that are maximizing this strategy. So the lands available list, there's properties on there, really good ones. And of course, there's properties on there that, you know, may not be the best investment. So you got to look through and comb through that list in a lot of detail. Anyway, so I received a price notification because I submitted an inquiry, okay? So I'm about to share my screen with you all, and then we're about to do some really, high level due diligence to confirm or deny if I'm actually interested in this property, all right? So I'm gonna share my screen with you all. So share my screen, here we go. All right. So as you guys know, I'm a real estate coach and I'm an investor. Okay. This is not a game. How I was able to purchase this 6,000 square feet home was because of my real estate investing knowledge. All right. So I teach people how to really create wealth with real estate. I have a course called Tax Deed Genius. It's 8 weeks long. I give you everything you need to know to be successful in this course. And I also have Tax Deed Genius Lite, which is 2 weeks long. So it's like a mini course, if you will, and you can take a look at that. It's like an introductory high level information there. And then I also have a surplus course as well for those who are interested in going after the surplus overages, which is the monies that are generated at the auction when investors compete against each other and they create this excess funds where the previous property owner is actually eligible to collect. You, the investor, can assist the previous property owner in collecting these surplus monies from the county. And I have a course that outlines all of that, as well as provides all the documents that you need in order for you to get started. My students are making literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on the surplus overages. It's like ridiculous. I love it when they send me like their images of their checks and all that stuff. I do my happy dance and I'm like, woohoo, you owe me surf and turf, steak and lobster. That's my favorite. Anyway, off to the price notification. Here we go. So I received it via email. All right. So that's how the Department of Revenue in Alabama, they send you that information. As you can see, it's really recent, right? It was generated April 1st of 2022. And this is it, right? That's me, all right? And that's my business address there. So if you're ever searching for me, I'm a real person. You guys can, mail me checks if you would like. I take checks, I take cash, right? Anyway, so here we go. So Montgomery County, the property was previously assessed to Terry R. Cook. This is the case number, and this is the date of the sale. Remember I shared with you guys that it was like an auction that took place in the past? Yeah. And here is this information. Dear applicant, that's me. And the state land commissioner has calculated the price necessary to purchase the state's interest in this land. So they provide you with a parcel number and the legal description, and they give me the amount that I need to purchase this property. It's $11,210.92. Literally, guys, I'm purchasing a real estate property for $11,210.92. Everyone right now is talking about how housing is scarce, housing is priced too high, there's no affordable housing, all that stuff. My students, we don't even listen to that yin yang. We don't even pay attention to all that propaganda in the news because we know better. We know that there is opportunities out here. This is the reason why I teach this, so that you're not held hostage to what's going on in the market cycle. You know, there's other means, there's other ways for you to be successful. So here's this price notification. So the first thing that I have to do is I take the parcel ID. Obviously, if you're paying attention, you realize I didn't get the physical address, right? So I take the parcel ID and now I gotta go search it to find out like, what is this? Now, I normally only submit inquiries for single family homes anyway, because that's my niche, that's what I specialize in. I have students that love vacant residential land because they build houses, they develop. I have other students that love commercial properties and they look for tax deed properties that are commercial. So every single type of property that you can think of goes to tax auction or is susceptible to being auctioned off if their real estate taxes are not paid. So you want to make sure that you decide in advance what types of properties you're interested in, and then obviously do the research to find those specific property types. So if you don't know anything about anything, right, one of the easiest ways, and I provide this resource in my course, is NETR Online. So I love this website, NETR Online, because it's no cost to you, and you can find a lot of information here. So you want to look up the specific information on the specific county's website. And if you don't know where those websites are, NETR Online is a great resource to help you find those links to those websites, right? So there you go. And remember, you just saw my address, so make sure you send me a check in the mail for this, all right? So this is where you can go to get public records. That's the tax assessor, the treasurer, the recorder's office, that kind of thing. So here I am on NETR Online. I clicked on Public Records Online. And now I'm gonna go to the state of Alabama because that's where this property is located. And then I'm gonna go to their Montgomery County because that's where the property specifically is located. So here we go, Montgomery County, boom, right? I'm gonna go to Montgomery County and it should update 2 seconds. All right, so as you can see, here's the sublinks for Montgomery County. We have the Revenue Commissioner, the probate, which is basically where you can find your recorded information, the appraisers, Montgomery County appraiser, and like the property assessor, the GIS website, and all that cool stuff. So what I normally do is I just click on the GIS website, right? So for Montgomery County, that's what I'm about to do. So I've already done the research. So I clicked on the assessors, the GIS's website, and I searched by the parcel ID. And when I searched by the parcel ID, it brought me up to this page right here. This is it. So this block of land right here, this particular parcel, that's our property. That's the one. So right now, this property is owned by the state of Alabama because the state of Alabama already foreclosed on this property owner, and they now have taken possession of it. So they have the right to sell it to the public if they wanted to. So now we're gonna click on details, boom. Here we go, details. So when I click on details, it takes me directly to like the property record card for this particular property. So the state of Alabama held a 2007 tax sale for Montgomery County for this property. So now I actually have the property's address, which is nice. So some counties are better with filling out their details for their property records than others, but for the most part, you can get the gist of what you're looking for, right? So here it says that the market value is, I don't know, is $4,000. This is the land summary, by the way, is $4,000 for the land itself. Not the entire thing, but just the land. But then now you look down at the bottom, if you scroll, and hopefully you guys can see, it's a PDF, so I apologize if it's tiny. But if you take a look here, the construction units, this is how I tell, and I confirm if there's still a structure on top of this land. right? If there's still an improvement on top of this land. So you have the land information, which is separate, and then you have the construction or the improvement data, which confirms and deny if there's actually something on top. If there wasn't any, if there wasn't like a building on top or a house or whatever, a structure improvement, then this area would be blank, right? Because there would be nothing to report. So in this area here, under this parcel number, it shares with me that there's one building. The story is one, meaning that it's just one level, and that the square footage is 1,405. It was built in 1950, and its value is estimated to be $12,000. That's the county's value. It's not necessarily the street value or the market value or the appraised value, right? It's not the same. Now, they also share with you the construction category, like the materials that this property was made of. So it's a wood home, so basically like a frame home, frame construction. Then it has a hardwood floors, plaster, which is like drywall, interior finishing, that kind of thing, asphalt shingles, hip and gable roof type, which is pretty decent, not a big deal. So it just gives you like just some basic construction stuff going on. Then it also tells you some extra features. Oh, so this house has a fireplace, what you say? And it has heat and air seat. So it has like a central air conditioning unit in it. Not bad. Let's see. It also has a utility shed as well. So very cool. Not bad. Not bad at all. So now that we have the address, because before we only had the parcel ID. So now that we have the address, let me just copy and paste that real quick. And this is what I like to do. I just do a simple Google like street view of the address. So let's take a look. Bam. And there she is. So this is our subject property right here. Isn't this cool, you guys? And then of course, on Google Street View, you can take a look at the block. You can see what other houses are around it. You know, be mindful that this picture may be like old. So, you know, you can take it with a grain of salt. But what I normally do, and I teach my students how to do this in the course, is how to hire a local service provider that can go out and like take pictures, real-time pictures for you. So drive this area and really give you a insight into what this property actually looks like right now, like today, versus, you know, when Google took this picture was in 2014 and now it's 2020, right? So we don't know what condition this property is in, or maybe it's torn down and, you know, there's nothing there. So you want to know that as well before you go ahead and start buying it, right? But let's go back to the price notification real quick. So you literally have 10 days, right? So in the price notification for Alabama, once you receive it, you have 10 days to make a decision, to send them a check, that kind of thing. So if you take a look, it says right here, it gives you their payment address, all of that cool stuff. It says no later than April 11th, 2020. Two, because they sent me the notification as of April 1st. So there it is. Boom. So can you imagine? Take a look. We're buying a house for $11,000, $11,210.92. This property is, I looked it up, you can Google it if you like, but you know, go to Zillow, go to realtor.com, go to Trulia, you can look it up. It ranges anywhere from like 35,000 to like maybe 70,000, right? So that's a big kind of gap. But obviously it's based off of condition. I don't know where you can go to find a 1,405 square foot property for $11,000. Like for real. That's like buying a car, you know, buying a house as if it was a car. That's crazy. You know, when you purchase properties like these, you instantly increase your net worth and your value. I mean, you instantly have equity. How many of these properties do you really need to do in order for you to reach your financial goal? Right? So it doesn't really take a lot. What it does take, however, is knowledge and wisdom and someone to hold your hand and guide you so that you can actually be successful with this strategy. Because obviously there's some other things that you need to know, right? So hit a girl up, go to my website, like I know you guys are stalking me online anyway. Go to my website, contact me, enroll in the course. Like, this is a real thing. All right. So it's not make believe. I'm a real person. I'm not one of those, like, people say, oh, Jackie, you know, like the real estate guru. You ain't gonna hear me use any of those words. I'm a real person teaching other people how to get it. Why? Because I did it. So I'm sharing with you from real life experience. And there's just nothing better than that. Someone who's actually actively investing, teaching others how to actively invest and be successful. Too easy, right? I know. Anyway, www.thejackyjackson.com, and I will see you guys soon. Back to unpacking my boxes. I love you guys. Bye.